but they give these actions, these kind of terms, in order to mislead people, to poison people's minds in every way that you can, because when people's minds are poisoned, basically what I mean by poison is confused. When you can confuse people, you can always dominate them. Dominated people are always confused, because once they are not confused, they're extremely difficult to dominate, and really, it means that you have reached that peak where your domination is now evaporating. So I would say that to the extent, like I said, that a white supremacist has anything to do with all this talk of secession for what reasons? You have to ask the people who are talking about it. That's the key. You ask them to explain in detail. What do you mean by you want to secede? You want to do what? What does that word mean? What is it supposed to mean to me? And when you say a state, what state are you talking about? Because each person is a state of being. And in this area of the world, we call it we the people. Well, whom are the people? Well, the people are made up of states. Well, then, is a state a person, or is it a group of people? How many people? At what time? And what makes a group? See, that's what I mean by the use of words. How many groups? Do you have one group, two groups? Groups based on what? You got tall people, short people. You got people who are asleep. You got people who are awake. You got people who drive taxis. What group are you talking about? You got people who ride buses. You got people who are now standing on a street corner somewhere. So let's just look at the words. Secede. What do you mean by it? And you always ask the person who is using the term. Don't ask anybody else. I mean, you can discuss it with other people like we're discussing it. But when you get right down to it, the person who stands up at any meeting and uses a term, ask that person, what do you mean, sir? What do you mean, ma'am, when you say you intend to secede? And for what reason? So you just don't let it go there when they answer that first question. You should have a litany of questions, a whole list of questions that has to do with what they say they are going to do, because you want to get what? A complete understanding. Because if you don't get a complete understanding, you're going to walk away from that meeting confused, and that is something that's never supposed to happen.